Hey, good morning, guys. Man, we have a lot of exciting stuff going on in the world of Web3. Today, we're getting into some art topics, Bitcoin, Blast, Fantasy Top, some gaming updates, and guys, runes are actually starting to cook again. Yeah, I'm going to take you all around those stories here in Inside NFTs this morning. And a heads up, guys, Inside NFTs Live is coming live this afternoon. We're not going to rug you today. So make sure you're subscribed here to Inside NFTs here on YouTube. And to stay current on all of these shows, guys, make sure you're following me over on X. You can find me at Huda_idiot. Now let's get right into the NFT market, kicking it off with a look at the Forecast 500 NFT index. And man, oh man, always love seeing the day starting in the green. You can see this morning the NFT market is up 0.16%. And hey, would you look at that? Crypto actually up too. Bitcoin now over 66,000. Yeah, something's going on here in the past 24 hours. Bitcoin up almost 6%. ETH up over 3%. Had just crossed 3,000, now just slightly under. Solana up a whopping 13%. My goodness, guys. Yeah, I think we're in store for one of those kind of days. Now, the Bitcoin ETFs, one of their biggest days, period, guys. You can see yesterday, 303 Bitcoin of inflows. None of the ETFs were in the negative yesterday. And all of that action, it's coupled with some really cool stories in the world of Bitcoin. You can see here that the world's largest futures exchange, that's CME Group here in Chicago. Well, guys, they're looking to launch some Bitcoin spot trading, which is a really big deal. And this story here, this isn't going to move the needle at all, but Tate, of course, incredibly influential. And here he is saying he's putting $100 million into Bitcoin and leaving fiat entirely. This is kind of a big deal, guys. And the NFT market, another update. You can see 24 million in cross-chain sales. Sellers, buyers, transactions all falling yesterday. But some great news, guys. For the first time in 3 weeks, we actually saw positive trade profits yesterday. No early celebration here, though, guys, because today we're already in the negative again. You can see today we're at negative 630K. But man, April 23rd was the last time we saw trade profits in the positive. This, to me, is a big win and maybe a sign that we're starting to head into some really, really nice territory for NFTs. Now, as far as who's moving this market, we have the General Ordinals collection there at the top with sales up over 61%. That's followed by D-Market, Node Monkeys, Fantasy Top, Guild of Guardians Avatars, which, man, those are cooking, Pixelmon, Panini, Mad Lads, Bored Ape Yacht Club, and then M-Dog on Polygon rounds out your top 10. Quick shout out to Panini, who I love their products, guys. I love that community. Yesterday, they dropped some NBA Prism packs. That's why sales are ripping over there. And then, wow, have a look at your top individual sales yesterday. The entire top 10 is all BRC20s. Remember, I look at BRC20s as a leading indicator for ordinals running, so pay attention to this. Your top traditional NFT sale is this Mutant Ape, which sold for 17.8 ETH, guys, about $53,000. Now, like we saw a moment ago in the Forecast 500, we were up in the green, and yes, that's because of crypto. But guys, it looks like NFT floor prices are also on the rise. You can see that here in the Ethereum side. Solana looking better than usual too, though still a mixed bag here. And then over in ordinals, well, Puppets came up from a 0.17 floor yesterday, now all the way up to 0.215. Everything else kind of treading water, but again, BRC20s for me are a leading indicator. I'm watching this closely. Now, if you've been watching this show, you probably heard me say that we're not in a real NFT bull market until Artblocks starts having curated mints. Well, it feels like we're getting a step closer to that. While this isn't an Artblocks curated announcement here, this is Artblocks still growing and making news, because yesterday they announced the kickoff of Artblocks Studio. So Artblocks Studio, this is an art collective that used to live over on Sansa, which is now part of Artblocks. And this platform lets artists mint on their own contract. It gives them a space to interact with collectors. It's a whole different vibe from the curated section of Artblocks. So, pretty major announcement here from Artblocks, again, thinking that maybe we're starting to ramp up towards art season. And by the way, don't you for a second think that art is not going to have the value that we once saw, because in the physical art world, man, we are seeing some record sales over there. Check this out at Christie's yesterday, a piece from Felix Gonzalez Torres, this one called Entitled America Number 3. This string of lights, guys, sold for $13.6 million. I don't know what to say, but man, do not fade art. Do not fade art that's on the blockchain, especially. Moving on to Blast, where we have actually quite a few updates, starting with the announcement that their airdrop is coming on June 26th. Now, that is quite a bit off from their initial estimate of the airdrop coming in May. Now, to make up for that and to help pass this time, they're going to be adding 2 more gold distributions to dApps over on Blast. And so, yeah, that's adding a lot more gold supply to the whole ecosystem. NFT Stats now adjusting his gold price estimate down all the way to $6 here. Also on Blast, another Jackpot winner yesterday. This time it is the yield token. And as we've come to expect in a token or an NFT, once a jackpot is hit, well, the price dumps, and you see that right here in the yield token. And then Fantasy Top, who currently has their second main tournament live right now, has their common tournament kicking off here in about 6 or 7 hours. Well, I finally got into that ecosystem, and being the idiot I am, I actually messed up my lineup entirely. We're going to get into this in Chain Reactor here in a couple hours. And then a final couple updates for you guys. The Oasys blockchain with those OG video game assets and brands brands? Well, they are growing their presence in Japan, partnering with SBI's marketplace. So Oasys, who has Ubisoft NFTs, Bandai Namco, they have Virtua Fighter. Well, now they're getting deeper into a location, into a culture that values that kind of IP. Big move for them. And then Cross the Ages, another one of those awesome NFT-backed card games. Well, these guys announced they raised $3.5 million in a fundraise led by Animoca Brands. These guys previously had raised $20 million, so they got a lot of firepower behind them. And also their CTA token listed on exchanges like KuCoin and Bybit. Great ecosystem here, great game, definitely something to be watching. Now remember guys, in a few hours, I'm going live over on SlamX Official on the brand new Chain Reactor show. We're going deeper into every topic we talked about today and much more. Of course, I got to take you on a tour of Fantasy Top now that I got my hands in there a little bit. Maybe I can give you some tips on what to do and maybe more so what to not do. And then at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, yeah, we got Inside NFTs live coming at you. We got Joe, Henry, Peter, and myself, and yes, we're not rugging you today. And then tomorrow morning, I'll be back with your NFT market update. We'll get into all the latest happenings. Remember, if it's happening in NFTs, I'm bringing you inside. Until the next time, I'll see ya.